Rising financial stress is taking a toll on Hong Kong's workforce. Deel's report shows employees feel their pay isn't keeping up with inflation, and they're asking for more flexible and transparent payroll options. Joining us to discuss this are Deel's Karen Ng and Barry Tang. Now, starting with Karen, let's talk about where this is coming from. What's driving rising financial stress among Hong Kong workers?
So according to our inaugural Hong Kong Payday expectation report, 86% of employees actually feel there's an inflation paycheck gap. So which means they can't keep up with the cost of living because of inflation. So which leads to that is also a widespread financial fragility among especially Gen Z who needs to rely on other financial means to keep up.
From our survey, 23% of the payroll teams told us that they are functioning well. Then what about the rest? The rest told us 80% told us that they are facing staff shortages. Another 90% told us that their workloads have increased because of the abolition of the MPF offset. And finally, 63% of the payroll operations team told us they are struggling with system integration issues. So what's the result then? The result is 80% of the Hong Kong workers we surveyed told us they have experienced pay-related issues, which are underpayments, delays, or wrong deductions. So if the payroll process is breaking down, it not just creates administrative headaches, it actually amplifies the issues, the financial stress that Karen just mentioned. And therefore, many of these employees will start questioning about whether their employers are looking after their well-being.
So based on Barry's answers, are those the reasons why employees are pushing for more flexible and transparent payroll options, or is there more?
What came out is 86%, right, of the respondent of this survey, we've interviewed around 1,000 employees here in Hong Kong, mentioned inflation, right, and not keeping, because the rise of inflation, so they can't keep up with the cost of living. So you can imagine 86% is quite a lot. So as a byproduct of this, employees are looking for flexibility, as you've just mentioned, right? So 46% actually ask for flexibility in terms of their payroll. You know, we work, we get paid at the end of the month, unless you're a contractor, a different type of workers. That's the normal way of being paid in Hong Kong. But today, actually, 81%, right, of the respondent actually told us that they would be favorable to earn wage access. Right, so which means you work today, you get paid today, you work for 2 days, you get paid for 2 days, and so on and so forth. So that basically opens up the flexibility in terms of payment, the less reliability, right, on credit cards or other means of you know, like everything you want pay now, buy later, right? So all of these solutions. So basically, employees are looking for salary transparency.
Yes, exactly. So that's why we are seeing a massive disconnect here. So on one hand, the employees are demanding financial transparency, flexibility, and also innovative payment options. But on the other hand, the resources and the system is unable to support this. So that means because of this, it's very difficult to support.
So this modernized payroll systems, how can it help companies attract and retain talent?
I think modernizing payroll is key, right? So that's what we believe, and that's why we created such solution. We don't talk anymore just about the salary. We also talk about the whole compensation package, right? So the benefit that you get. So how can you tailor-make this, right? But as Barry has mentioned, whilst the employees are demanding such type of flexibility, maybe the employers, right, are not ready yet, right, to actually get on board to meet the demands. But so payroll is no longer, right, just an administrative function. We do believe that it has to be a strategic function across the organization.
I think there are at least 3 ways a modern payroll system can help the business to attract and retain talent. Number one, it helps simplify or automate the compliance. As we discussed before, ever since the abolition of the MPF offset in Hong Kong, it has created a lot of more manual process and create more workload. Number two, the operations team told us that they are struggling with system integration issues. And in our industry, it is quite often the payroll operations team will handle the payroll process differently in different markets. So without a system in place, there's a lot of calculation involved. It is very difficult to generate a report for the management. And finally, which is the point that we mentioned earlier, the anytime pay. Every employee want to access their pay anytime rather than until the end of the month, right? Because we all have different financial circumstances. No one want to, because of the fact that we have to wait until the end of the month to be able to access the paycheck. And then because of financial circumstances, you need to borrow money from the bank and pay interest. But with anytime pay, the employer can allow the employees to be able to access their pay anytime.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, Karen and Barry. Looking forward to having you both back on the program.
Thank you, Cess, and the audience for having us.
Thank you.
Once again, those were Deel's country leader for Asia, Karen Ng, and partnership director, Barry Tang. For more news, visit hongkongbusiness.hk.